Hey, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening to this. This is Coffee with Closers, Agent Edition. Everything you need to know in the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee or 10 minutes. And my special guest today is Leah Baxter up in Breckenridge. How are you doing, Leah?
I'm doing great. How are you, Rick?
Oh, I'm doing awesome down here in Denver. I'm outside. It's a little chilly, but hey, I'm wearing a vest in November. You can't complain.
No. Well, it's cold up here. Great.
Absolutely.
Ski areas are all open, so come on up
Oh,
and go skiing.
that's fantastic news. That's fantastic news. So, hey, Leah, we've got 10 minutes, nine left now.
Okay.
First, let's start off with like 30 seconds of who you are, why people should listen.
Okay. I'm Leah Baxter. I'm with Remax Properties of the Summit in Frisco, Colorado. I've been in business 18 years. I'm a specialist in the second home market, luxury homes. I I'm certified in CRS. I have my luxury designation and GRI, and I'm a certified negotiation expert.
That is a lot of designations, and
Yeah.
I believe people should listen. I've got you on. I'm excited to learn. So, a secondhand market or second home market, not secondhand, second home market, luxury market. What shifts are you seeing in a second home market right now? We're hearing about inflation, rising interest rates, all this other stuff, lower inventory. Tell us about like ski properties and resort properties. What's going on in that market right now?
The upper end market, people are still buying, they're still paying with cash. I am seeing a lot of pushback on anything under a million because those are the people that are getting loans. People are waiting until next year. They thinking that the interest rates are going to go down. They are going down a little bit, but it's still a great time to be a buyer because the sellers are being much more negotiable. We are seeing some price corrections as much as 100 to 200,000. So the prices that people were getting back in January through July, that's not happening anymore. It's a definite correction in the pricing. We're seeing probably prices pre-COVID pricing, and those type of properties are selling. If your property is turnkey, ready to go, renovated, remodeled, it's selling quickly. If it's not remodeled, people are just sitting on it and sitting on it for a long time and just taking price reduction after price reduction.
Fair enough. Now, everybody on this show, if they're listening and if they've been in the business a while, they're trying to become a listing agent, right? They're trying to move in that direction. Now, listings right now, it's like, hey, the past 6 years that would have been great. Listings right now, a little slow, and if you're aspirationally pricing, if you price well and market well, you're still going to move. What is Leah doing right now to attract sellers when sellers are wanting their neighbor's price from 2021? They're getting pre-COVID pricing. How are you getting sellers to move or to list with you?
I'm just doing a lot more marketing, a lot more social media. I'm starting a brand new marketing program, targeted marketing to high end luxury homes, just upping my game. You know, working by referral. That's how I work. So just upping my game on everything and just being a little more proactive for next year, getting things, all my systems in play for next year and educating the client that they're still making quite a bit of money on their properties, even though they're not getting the price point that they wanted from last year. They're still making a lot more money than you can make in the stock market by far. So just, I guess, just keeping current with market trends, our local market, what's happening. Um, Another thing that's affecting our market is we've been having a lot of restrictions on short-term rentals, which is a big buzzword up here. So just being knowledgeable about which areas you can do short-term rentals, if that is what people are trying to do, because we are a second home market and most of the people, it's not their primary residence. So just keeping current on all of that and just being the expert on the market today.
What I hear is doubling down on your current efforts, building systems, spurring some new initiatives, really knowing your numbers and knowing local ordinances and how that affects sellers and buyers and pricing. Um, the short-term rental market up in Summit County, let's share a little bit about that for a minute, because Summit County, for those of you who are not familiar with what Summit County is, Summit County has Breckenridge, Copper Mountain, Winter Park, Keystone, Arapahoe Basin, like some of the best ski areas in the world, definitely in the country. And just down the street in Eagle County, you've got Vail and Beaver Creek. Right over the pass, you've got Loveland. But let's dive back down. You're in Breckenridge. Buzzword, probably you could go into the farthest parts of the world and everybody knows the word Breckenridge. So tell us a little bit about the short-term rental market and how that's been changing.
Well, there's three zones, zone 1, 2, and 3. And if you are looking for a property that you can do short-term rentals, there are still licenses available in zone 1. If you're trying to get a property in another zone, it's pretty hard to get a license. The waiting list is 4 to 8 years. So if you're trying to do short-term rentals, then you need to stick with zone 1. It is higher priced in zone 1 because you can do short-term rentals there, but it's a game changer right now for a lot of people on the lower end market, because they kind of rely on that model to help offset their costs. You don't really make money doing short-term rentals, but it does help offset your costs if you're taking out a loan.
Now let's look out a little bit in the future, because I was an economics minor in undergrad. So supply and demand curves, you choke supply, you keep demand the same, prices go up. We've seen it in Boulder where they bought all the land around Boulder and prices shot up over $1 million. What's going to happen when you choke the supply of licenses for short-term rentals? And that was a driver of purchases.
Well, we've seen a huge correction on prices anywhere outside of zone 1, so you can get some better deals today. And the way I tell people to get around the short-term rentals is you can do seasonal rentals. You could do a month-long rental. So the definition of a short-term rental is 30 days or less. But if you're wanting to use your property, what I tell people is do a month-long rental if you need that income, because you can make a lot of money on a month. I mean, I know some people, for example, in Dillon, that are renting their properties for $8,000 a month for a 3-bedroom condo. And for a seasonal rental in Breckenridge, if you had a 3-bedroom seasonal rental, you probably could get anywhere between $5,000 to $8,000 a month. And our inventories have increased in Breckenridge, so there's a lot more choices. People are being more flexible. You are able to get your inspections, your appraisals, actually negotiate on the price, which is something that we haven't seen in a long time. So it's a great time to be a buyer.
Now, those certifications that you have, you mentioned a bunch of numbers, a bunch of letters at the beginning, well, a bunch of letters and acronyms at the beginning of our interview. If you were to do, we've got a minute left. What's one certification you would recommend agents get going into next year?
Well, the basics, the GRI, I got that right away, Graduate Real Estate Institute, and that gives you so much knowledge and keeps you up. You have to take several classes, but it puts you above everybody else. You just become more of an expert. Certified residential specialist, you have to have a certain amount of production, and it's even more intense. But if you're just starting out, I highly recommend getting your GRI at the bare minimum.
Excellent. And then you have luxury designations as well. How have those luxury designations helped you when you're presenting yourself to clients as a luxury agent, that you're certified in luxury home marketing?
It's just, and I just got my designation this past year. So I'm upping my game on video, marketing, just being much more professional across the board, being there for my clients 100%.
Awesome. Well, folks, we've hit 10 minutes. Leah, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for your time. And again, Coffee with Closers. You can reach me at 303-589-2320 when jackhammers are not going on in the background. Leah, what's your phone number, or how do people reach you?
970-389-6367.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much. And Leah, thanks for being our guest today.
All right. Have a good, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.
Bye.